I think I would tell her that the thing she is scared of is going to change her whole life. And that the reason she's scared is because she thinks she's going to fail. And she's not going to.
But there's also more to Stephanie and Mokahini. And so today we get to learn about this individual. So before we do that, Melissa, if you could just move the slide forward. So, Stephanie, we call this fashion blogging, you informed me?
Yes,
okay.
I do fashion blogging.
So when did you get started? How did this all come about?
Let me start by saying, for me, fashion has been part of me since childhood. So when I was a child, my mother was very particular about what I wore and how I wore it. So that's when I actually developed the art of putting outfits together. And besides styling myself, my friends and family always consult me about fashion ideas and where to shop and so on and so forth. So back in 2020, during the pandemic, I wanted to create something that could positively inspire people who's really thinking about fashion during the pandemic, right? But I did. So that's when I started. I started thinking about what comes to me easily, and that is actually fashion and taking pictures. So yeah, and I always get compliments about my outfits when I post on social media and all that stuff. Yeah. So yeah. So that's how it all started. Yes.
So yeah, and during the pandemic, obviously everyone was trying to find new ways to do things.
To do things on social media and trying to keep our minds very positive.
Of course, and for some people, I mean, I'm lucky if I put two of the same shoes on each day. So for some people, right, coming up with stylish outfits is not something that
I mean, nobody really thinks about fashion during the pandemic, but I did. Right, and
that's right. And so you have a family.
Yeah.
You have a job. When do you find time for all this? How do you balance this?
Creating content about fashion is actually a fun activity for me. It's like a hobby. After being busy with work and family, I find some time to create content about fashion and something very, very fun for me. And so I pick one day out of the weekend, once a month, to create content. So what I do is I actually create about 10 to 15 outfits on a Saturday. Well, I pre-do it and prep myself up and just go out there and start shooting outfits. It's just a fun activity for me.
10 to 15 outfits.
Yeah, I do that just for inspiring purposes. Yes.
That is awesome. Okay, and so these beautiful pictures that are behind us, is this? Are you setting your phone to take like an automatic picture? Are you doing a timer, or do you have someone take these for you?
Oh no, actually, my husband takes most of my pictures. Yes, and I feel bad for him sometimes because sometimes he actually has to take lots of pictures of one pose before I accept it.
I love it.
But I do collaborate with other photographers as well. So
amazing.
Yes.
And so I'm sure that you've had, and we've all seen some of the photos that have popped up. So you're in some public areas sometimes, and so I would imagine people are like, "Who is this celebrity? Look at what is she doing?" So what's the most like outrageous thing that's ever happened to you?
Oh, nothing so crazy. It's just people stop and stare a lot, and they admire who that person is, and they give me compliments, and I hear people shouting from their cars, like cheer me on, and
that's awesome.
It's always a distraction, but I like it. Boost my confidence, and I think they're just more admiring who this bold person is, and just standing in the middle of the street taking photos. What are they doing with that content? You know what I mean?
That's right.
So
that's right. You can be confident. You can do anything. Right? And so, where does your inspiration come from?
So where my inspiration comes from is in terms of fashion. So this is where my creativity actually comes into play. I'm able to actually imagine what looks good with what, and I don't know if that makes sense, but I am able to think through like, okay, this piece or this looks good together.
Yeah.
And that's how, and I also get inspiration from just visiting stores, my favorite stores like TJ Maxx and Target, and I also get ideas from fashion magazines and just by observing people and what is on trend. Yeah.
That's That's awesome. That's amazing. And so when you think about fashion blogging and everything that you've done to this point and everything that you want to do from here, what's the end goal?
So let me say this. I've actually been featured in some stores like Saks Fifth Avenue. Anne Klein has featured me and on their social media platforms, and Target as well. So the end goal is hopefully I get signed on to get sponsored and to be an ambassador.
That's
yeah,
amazing.
for my favorite stores. Yes.
That's outstanding.
Yeah.
And I think
and also to actually to continue inspiring women to be bold and confident in expressing themselves through fashion, because I do believe that when you do look good, you feel good.
Yeah,
Yes.
I agree, and
Yes.
I love that you look at it as a way to inspire and a way to influence. I think the more inspiration and influence that everyone has in their lives, the better they become. Well, this is absolutely awesome, and if you want to follow Stephanie or you want to learn more about what she does, look at at more photos and read up a little bit more. It's up here, and we'll also put it on the People Place.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to share with you that so Stephanie dodged me for a while. When she got promoted, which congratulations, rightfully deserved. I had sent, when I do my communication for promotions, I always ask for a little bit of personal information from the individual who's been promoted to be able to share that with the organization. And so one of the things that Stephanie shared with me that was her, unique fun fact, she said, I do fashion blogging. So I said, what is that? She sends me back a link and I clicked on it, and then the next thing I sent it to the entire HR team. I said, this woman's amazing. So actually you didn't know this, but you were my inspiration for doing these people spotlights, because it's fun to learn about people, and so
thank you.
So you're amazing, and we all appreciate the fact that you took time to be up here and have this chat.
Thank you.
So anything else? You know where to find her.
I could have bet on my life that nobody could ever talk me into coming up here to do this. Lauren Lamb could have you do anything. Thank you.
You did great.
Thank you.
You were awesome.
Thank you.